morning. Good morning to you. It is Wednesday, June 18, 2025. We are alive and well, and for that we give God thanks. Good morning to you. If you're listening on the 90 FM band, 90.3, 90.5, 90.7 and 90.9 on your FM dial. We appreciate your company there. If you are listening and watching on our YouTube channel, good morning to you. The channel is Nationwide 90 FM Live 2. That's Nationwide 90 FM LIVE with the number 2 beside that. Go on over there and subscribe. Click the subscribe button, click the notification bell as well so that you can be notified whenever we go live. I want to say good morning to Errol Townsend, first in the chat this morning. Herman, good morning to you. Sonia Hutton, good morning. Rupert Wilson, top of the morning to you, Rupert. Albert Morgan, good morning to you as well. Hugh Donaldson, top of the morning to you. Monica Callum, Jean Sellers, Donna Johnson, Marigold Weber, Ryder 40, good morning. Tevin Johnson, and all the others over there on YouTube. Top of the morning to you. If you are listening from our mobile app, which is available for free on the Google Play and the Apple App Store, good morning to you as well. And those on our website, the Listen Now option there, top of the morning to you. This morning, just before we jump into the program, we are outside again, all the way in Westmoreland this morning, and we are at the Manning School. We're here for the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce MSME Road Show. Yes, we're back on the road with the ministry, and we are at the Manning School for the Westmoreland leg. And so, of course, later on during Cliff Views Online, you will hear much more about that. But in the meantime, inside the Consumer Hour, for the first half an hour or so, we have Joseph and you. All right, and inside Joseph and you this morning, we will be talking about the Community Electrification Project. We'll get an update on that from the man himself, the Managing Director of Joseph, Mr. Omar Sweeney. Good morning to you, Mr. Sweeney.
Morning, Norgay. How are you? And morning to your listeners.
I am doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks.
Awesome. So the Community Electrification project, this has been in the works for some time now. Talk to us about the main objective of this project.
Well, certainly it's related to getting persons who are not legally connected to the power supply, the power grid, JPS, to get them connected. And the program itself is really a community development program to ensure that certain hazards like fire and electrocution, for example, are minimized. And so what it is that, as a part of what JCIF does, and the government of Jamaica has really been since 2020 deep in this program of bringing informal users of electricity to being formal users. And so what we do is we provide 2 plugs, 2 lights, 2 switches, a panel, and a connection box to JPS. And that comes at a cost of approximately $150,000 per household. We also provide and include in that package the certification of the house. So what happens is that as we go through communities across the country, they receive a benefit of having their home infrastructure, regardless of the condition of your house. We provide the safe and requisite infrastructure to allow them to have a legal connection to JPS.
Awesome. And how long has this project been going on, Mr. Sweeney?
The current community electrification project has been going on since 2020. JCIF has started as far back as 2006. And so through different financiers, whether it's the World Bank, the government of Jamaica, we've been doing it. But since 2020, the government had given Jason responsibility to really assume and execute the budget of what was the NESOM to carry out these upgrades in communities. And so since 2020, we have successfully wired approximately 4,500 households with that annual budget. And then in our current budget this year, it was announced that the program would be ramped up. What I would say to you is about 3 or 4-fold the program has been ramped up. And
Okay.
so since April 1, with the announcement of $1 billion to go into the program and a target
Yes.
of 20,000 households, we have been ramping up the program far and wide across the communities. And so I'm here to provide that update on this exciting program and see how we can really spread the word and encourage persons who have this need of really getting their homes wired to come out to the community fairs, etc. So since April 1, we've already wired 1,200 houses under the new program. Currently, JPS is connecting more than 300 houses, and every week they're adding, and those numbers are growing exponentially. And what's important in this program is that for the first 6 months, anyone who is connected will get 6 months credit on their light bill of $4,000 per month, and that's being financed in the partnership with JPS and the government of Jamaica. They're sharing the cost, and so that's a $24,000 benefit to the light bill. And why is that important? It's important because when you move from illegal connection to legal, you do need some time to understand the finances, to understand how you're going to pay the bill. And so it provides a cushion, and it allows, if you want to say, the discussion between JPS and the resident, the customer, to really monitor their electrical usage, etc. And so finally what I'd say is that this is a prepaid program. So it works just like how your phone works, and you buy the credit, top up your credit, and manage your consumption according to what your resources are. So it's a nice program. It's fit for purpose, and we're just really glad to be working with the government of Jamaica and MSEC in implementation.
Wow, it's very encouraging to hear that this is happening, and well, on this program for sure we've heard much about how electricity theft and illegal connections can affect paying customers and how it affects the work of JPS as well. We've spoken much about that on this program. What I want to find out from you, Mr. Sweeney, is what the take up is like when you. Well, I know you said that since April 1, you've done 1,200 households or over that, but when you go into the communities, what's the reaction? What's the reception like from the communities where illegal connection is the order of the day?
Well, the truth is that what you have to go into communities and certainly build trust first, because persons have questions. They have their own questions and concerns about the program, and so but overall they're interested, and they're interested because it's always been my position that most persons who steal or illegally extract electricity, it's an access issue. It's not because they want to do it, but it's because maybe their home is not up to scratch, or maybe they don't have the ability to go to JPS to open an account, etc. So we have to go in and bridge those gaps. So we have a lot of discussions in the community. We've been having good turnouts. We've had fairs, community fairs in Clarendon, in St. Anne, in Kingston here. We're targeting now St. James and Westmoreland for additional fairs, St. Thomas. And so we've been going around there and having these sort of outreach, I should say, in the community, and we answer their questions, and certainly the sign up has been quite good. They come out once they understand, they sign up, and because they also need to understand the financial obligation, and I think typically when someone comes to you and say, we're going to wire your house, we're going to give you a credit, we're going to give you a prepaid meter, and you're going to have to pay nothing, it seems unbelievable, but it's really targeted to ensure that we can have and get rid of this idea of the unsafe way in which electricity is being used in many communities. And so the number is big because we've targeted 20,000 per year, because we do have a big target. Approximately 200,000 persons in Jamaica right now are doing this. And so we have to at least start to make reasonable dents. And so I think that this scale of a program, especially in the first year, is appropriate. And the fact that we're able to go out and see strong sign-ups, I mean, we probably have now more than 2,000 going into 3,000 households signed up. And so come July, we have an additional 3,200 that will be wired because those have already been signed up and are currently being processed. And I see from my report here that there's an additional 5,000 that will be coming on stream before the end of this fiscal year. So the numbers are growing, and as we communicate and persons get more information, I'm sure it will be big.
Awesome. We're up on a break, so we'll take this commercial break. And when we come back, Mr. Sweeney, I want to go through how this will work practically, how it goes when you go into the community with JPS. For residents who may be listening, you may be coming to their community soon. Let's help them with how the process works to get on this project after the break.
Decorate and redecorate your space with water-resistant, colorful, and fast-drying paints from Edgechem Paints. The time by Edgechem Paints, changing lives 1 gallon at a time, is
9:17.
Outperform, outlast, with top performance, Jackama, reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electricians. Pan select tools, 3 parts and 3 repairs. 3 parts, 3 repairs. 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-6111-4. Delta Supply, we service what we sell.
Spring into style with Unique Living. Upgrade your home with our extensive range of products. Get sleek shower panels, stylish vanities, LED and non-LED mirrors, plus kitchen sinks, closet solutions, ceiling fans, and more. Available in various finishes and sizes. Visit shop number 630 Dunrobin Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-755-3661 or visit our website at www.uniquelivingja.com. Don't wait to spring into style with Unique Living.
JSIF and You is brought to you by the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, investing for community development.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Nora Gay Banton. We're outside this morning. We are in Westmoreland. We're at the Manning School, and we are here for the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce MSME Road Show. We've been to a couple of these before, and we're at the Westmoreland leg. Later on during Cliff Views Online, much more about the road show. But in the meantime, inside the Consumer Hour, we have JSIF and You, and we're speaking with the Managing Director of JSIF, the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, Mr. Omar Sweeney, and we're talking about the Community Electrification Project, a project that is putting those communities that previously were dominated by illegal electricity connections, getting them on board on the grid legally, mostly through prepaid meters. And there was a recent ramp up of that project, and Mr. Sweeney is telling us all about that. Well, he did some of that before, but now, Mr. Sweeney, I want to go through the process. So you did say that you go into these communities, you have some meetings before just to sensitize the community about the project. At that point then, when it's time for sign up, what do the residents need to do, and how does the process work?
All right, that's good. So one of the things we do is they sign up once their questions are and they're comfortable. They sign up with their typical information, name, address,
yes,
what their housing situation is, whether you rent or you own or that kind of thing. Once they do that, we actually then go into the community with the JPS team, and we validate the person. So we have to validate that the address they gave us is really the person and this sort of thing. We have to validate the situation in terms of their ability to receive the power and the upgrade. Once that's validated, then we have them sign what would be a contract with the JPS team, because what we have to ensure is that once we wire your home, you will connect as a customer. So we're not going to wire your home and you're not going to connect. So the contract is that you will connect with the JPS once we agree to wire. Once we have that contract in place, then we go out and the contractor comes out and actually does the wiring of the home, and it is inspected and passed. Once it's inspected and passed, then the JPS team will come out and make the connection and establish the account, and the credit is loaded on your prepaid meter, and you have legal light.
And there's a component of this project, or the recent iteration of this project, where you get some credit on your meter free of cost for 6 months, you said?
Yes, for the first 6 months.
And that's
you'll receive
$4,000
per month
now,
for 6 months.
$4,000 per month for 6 months, and then after that, now you're on your own. Well, of course, I'm assuming if you use more than that, then you would have to put on the additional credit that you need. But that's what you get free of cost for 6 months when you sign up.
Just to say, our research points out that the average user would probably use about $8,000 per month, and so the credit will be about a 50% discount.
Okay.
I mean, if you stay within the 4,000, that's fine. But we think it will be about a 50% discount.
Yes, awesome. So, Mr. Sweeney, I'm sure that the research and assessment that is done for this project would have revealed to you that some of these persons are not on the grid legally because of an affordability issue. How is the JSIF and the JPS planning to follow up to ensure that after these 6 months of $4,000 per month free, that these persons continue staying legal customers of JPS?
Well, what I'd say to you is, and it comes from our research, I mean, like I said, we've been doing this almost 20 years. And the matter of affordability in our research is really more of a perceived idea. Because in many cases, what we find is that the persons who connect illegally are paying someone else. And they're paying more than what they would use if they were just had a formal connection with JPS.
Oh,
that's one.
Interesting.
The second thing is there's a cost, because many of them are not able to buy or will not buy televisions or irons or this kind of thing, because they know the electricity is not straight, as you would say. And so having the formal electricity means that they're now able to put good appliances in the homes without worrying about the illegal connection. But everyone, I'm not just going to, everyone in Jamaica has anxiety about their light bill because the cost of energy is so expensive. And so we have a big education component, how to conserve, how to properly use electricity, what things use electricity. So that's a big part of the training that comes with the package. And I will say to you that it's also part of the reason why this process can't move as fast as some would like, because if it was simply a matter of signing up people and putting the light in their homes, we could move a lot faster. But you also have to move at the pace of persons' understanding and comfort. And so that's a big part of what, if you want to say, the JSIF brand brings to the table, is that community facilitation. And so we do that. Now, what I keep saying, however, that we really don't have a concern. The persons who connected on this program, you heard me talk about the 4,500 households, not only do they use conservatively at the beginning, but you find that their consumption actually grows over time, because as soon as their finances are able to adjust to their consumption, you find that their consumption actually grows, because they have a better understanding of the benefits and the cost of electricity. So our research does not have a deep concern that people will connect and not be able to afford it, even though that is the number one concern. Our research shows that once you're connected and you use electricity responsible, you will be able to afford it.
We have a question here on YouTube, Mr. Sweeney. Just before we wrap up, someone is asking if the premises does not belong to you. How the process is adjusted in that regard.
No, you can state that. Typically, what we like to know is that you have some permission to occupy that premises. It does not have to belong to you. But once you have some permission to occupy the premises, then that's fine. So that's what I spoke about earlier, that we have to see the tenure, understand the tenure, because the account is really set up with you. It's your account.
All right. Okay. And Martin on YouTube is also asking if the house is already wired, how does JSIF and JPS go about that?
Well, if it's already wired, we will provide the inspection, because if it's wired and not connected for more than a year, it will have to be re-inspected. And so we will provide that inspection. If there are some minor things to be done to get it certified, we will also do that. And so you can also sign up and be eligible for the program in that certain situation.
Final question from me, Mr. Sweeney. Maybe a difficult one to throw at you, but if you go into a community and you find that there is a resident or residents who were previously JPS customers who stopped paying their bills and transitioned to an illegal connection, and there is a balance owing to JPS, how do you go about that if they are now getting on this community electrification program?
No, well, like I said, this is the important part why we have to be there with JPS, because there are situations like that. It's a real situation, and they have to resolve that with JPS before they can move forward. So that's a part of the validation.
So you would have to pay off that balance before you can get on the project.
Right. So you may have to get into a payment program with JPS, or you may have to have some discussion with JPS to resolve that balance before you can move forward under this program. And just to say quickly that, one of the things about this program is that once we've gone in and we've done the wiring and everyone has signed up, then it becomes zero tolerance in terms of people who continue to steal.
Okay.
So it's not
very
an optional thing. Once the community goes in, once the government goes in and provides the opportunity, the accounts, the wiring, the connections, after that, there will be zero tolerance. And it won't be that you never had access or an opportunity to the legal connection. It would be now that you are choosing to break the law.
Well, we are up on the time, so I'm going to allow you, Mr. Sweeney, if there's anything else that you want to share, you can go ahead just before we wrap up.
No, that's it. Thank you for the opportunity, and I encourage persons in the field of my voice to tell a friend. If you hear about the electrification program coming to you, come out, and even if you're not going to be a person who signs up, you can come out and listen and get knowledge. And we also do these fairs to partners like SDC, Housing Trust, Heart Trust, NLA. So there are other government services that we offer whenever we come out. So don't think it's just electrification.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sweeney, and do have a good day, and all the best to you and the team with the Community Electrification Project.
All right, great. Thank you.
Awesome. That was Mr. Omar Sweeney, Managing Director of the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF, talking to us there about the Community Electrification Project. They're going around into communities where there are illegal electricity connections, and they're getting them legally on the grid through prepaid meters. And there's a plus when you sign up, because you get $4,000 per month for free on your meter for 6 months when you sign up. So if you are in a community where there is illegal connection and you hear JSIF and the JPS coming around to get that project underway in your community, I encourage you strongly to sign up. All right, we take a break, and when we come back, we have more Consumer Hour.
JSIF and You was brought to you by the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, investing for community development.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers provides quality insurance coverage and risk management services. The time by Spectrum Insurance Brokers Limited, setting the industry standards, is
9:31.
Jamaica! It's time to make a move with Jamaica Moves. The Corporate Wellness Challenge 8x8 edition is here. 8 challenges, 8 months, 1 healthier workforce. Brought to you by the Ministry of Health and Wellness. This national movement pushes companies to compete, connect, transform your workplace 1 challenge at a time. Launch date Thursday, June 19, 2025. Register your company online at moh.gov.jm and lock in your spot. The Jamaica Moves Corporate Wellness Challenge 8x8 edition, creating healthier workplaces for a healthier Jamaica.
The gateway for Jamaica's athletes to several international competitions, including the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo, Japan, opens from Thursday, June 26 to Sunday, June 29 for the J3A Junior and Senior National Championships at the National Stadium, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. each day. Admission, finish area season ticket, $8,000. Daily, $1,000 to $3,000. Regular grandstand season ticket, $6,500. Daily, $1,000 to $2,500. Tickets go on sale at MysticOnlineTix.com. Starting June 11, Pegasus Hotel and the Stadium Ticket Office. Starting Monday, June 23. The action will be sizzling.
The Ministry of Justice is hosting the Hanover leg of the Legal Aid Council's Justice Fair for Persons with Disabilities on Thursday, June 19, 2025 from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Lucy Bus Park. Persons with disabilities can come out to access justice services such as legal aid, child diversion, victim support, expungement of criminal records, restorative justice, wills and estate management, and many more. The RGD will be there along with many other government services. That's the Legal Aid Council's Justice Fair for Persons with Disabilities, Thursday, June 19, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Lucy Bus Park. The Ministry of Justice, taking justice to the people of Jamaica.
Good morning, good morning. You are back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I am Nora Gay Banton. We're outside this morning. We're in Westmoreland at the Manning's School. We're here with the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce here for their MSME Business Road Show, the Westmoreland leg, and they're setting up. You will hear much more about that later on during Cliff Hughes Online. In the meantime, inside the Consumer Hour, though, we are shifting gears to now talk about a regional forum on motorcycle safety that will be hosted by JN Foundation. And to talk to us more about this forum, we're joined by the lead for education and youth programs at JN Foundation, Sidonie Preddy. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
How are you this morning?
I am doing fine. And yourself?
I am good. Thank you for asking. Awesome. So, motorcycle safety, you know, the road safety unit and the all those who are responsible for road safety in the country, we talk about this all the time, that motorcyclists, they make up a great number of or road incidents and road deaths, fatalities when they happen on the road. And safety when riding the motorcycle is a major problem. Now, what prompted JN to get on board with this issue?
So the JN Foundation, in collaboration with the National Road Safety Council, are collaborating on a project called the National Helmet Wearing Coalition, and it's funded by the FIA Foundation, the charity arm of the governing sport, World Governing Body for Motorsports. Right, so we are on an initiative to get certified helmets on heads. In Jamaica, since 2012, over 1,500 persons have died due to motorcycle crashes. And we do know that wearing certified helmets has a great potential to reduce that, because the United Nations report for 2008 to 2020, 4 million persons died due to motorcycle crashes, and of that 3.4, they mentioned that 1.4 million of those lives could have been saved using certified helmets. So we are committed to this as we work to build Jamaica at the Giant Foundation. So this is critical for us.
All right. Talk to us now about this forum and how practically it will address the issues that you found, and how will you address the cultural attitudes towards motorcycle safety, because the men in Jamaica who ride motorcycle, I don't know if them think for them head bigger than the helmet or what, but it's just not something that naturally people who ride motorcycles in Jamaica do. And even shoulder pads and knee pads, we don't wear those things on the motorcycle in shorts and slippers. How do you plan to address these cultural issues with the forum?
So these cultural issues that we are experiencing by Jamaica is not unique to Jamaica at all, right? So this particular forum will bring together members and experts from over 12 countries to share insight on how to improve enforcement, how to work with the cultural challenges, how to improve standardization. So we have certified helmets in the market. So they're going to share all the knowledge that they've learned, the best practices that they have used, and just success from other coalitions across the world who have been successful in getting certified helmets on heads in their countries. So we're going to learn from that, and then we're going to use that information to create a roadmap to position us for success for the same thing in Jamaica. We do recognize that it is important for us to do, because these are the fathers, the brothers, the breadwinners of the families that are going. So this is definitely going to have economic impact. So we need to act now.
And talk to us about the role of the FIA Foundation and regional motorcycle clubs, the roles that they will play in advancing helmet safety throughout this initiative.
So the FIA Foundation leads several coalitions across the world, Jamaica being one of them. In Mexico, they're starting one in Dominican Republic, Rwanda, Kenya, and many other countries. And what they do, they provide technical expertise, they do knowledge sharing exercise, and they do funding too to promote helmet wearing. Some of the motor clubs themselves have engagement activities for road safety happening in their own country. We will have a gentleman from Trinidad sharing about his road safety in school tours and how successful it was in Trinidad through the FIA's Motor Sports Club. So they have a lot of knowledge to share, and we are open to learning from them and also sharing what we've done and what has been successful as well.
Awesome. And the forum itself, tell us, when is it? What form it will take, how it will look practically, and who is invited to come to this forum?
So we invite all policymakers, regulators, and any road users interested in safety, any persons interested in motorcycle riding. We invite you to come to the Giant Foundation page and register to watch the live stream online. The forum will take place in a hybrid format. We'll have the experts presenting in person, and then we will share the live stream via YouTube, so everyone can benefit from this valuable information that we'll be sharing. This will happen on June 19th and 20th, and both events start 9:30 a.m. Please come and listen, because this can be valuable information to save a life.
So this regional forum on motorcycle safety, June 19 and 20 at the AC Hotel in Kingston. Is there a cost to come? Is it free? Where do I register?
It is absolutely free. You can register at the JN Foundation page online. Just click the link and just register. A few little clicks and you are on your way to the forum.
If there are any motorcyclists listening, is there any incentive for them to be there? Any free helmets giving away? You know, I don't know. I'm asking.
Well, we do have incentives of knowledge there. We definitely will be providing little trinkets, but and so on. But trust me, the information that you will gain here, you won't get it anywhere else, because what we are doing is something groundbreaking. We are collaborating as a region to do so, to challenge something that is bothering quite a few countries, and we want to save lives. right? And there is no other thing that's more valuable than saving lives.
Awesome. Any intention to bring this forum to any other parts of the island? I'm just thinking about where we are in Westmoreland here, where bike taxis are a thing, and there are some concerns there with safety as well. Any plans to move this forum to other parts of the island?
So we welcome everyone from all the parishes to sign on because and visit the streaming link. We will be moving to. We have been moving to other parishes with other activities, but not for this forum. Mm-hmm. We do our road safety in school tours. We have been doing our National Helmet Wearing Coalition blood drive, and several other activities will be upcoming following the think tank here. But for this forum, it is just in Kingston. So we invite you to ensure that you capitalize on this one-time opportunity. June 19th and 20th, register at the Jane Foundation page to listen in.
Awesome. So once again, June 19 and 20 at the AC Hotel. Register to join on to this regional motorcycle safety forum, and it will be streamed live on YouTube. So if you're not able to attend in person physically, I'm sure you can join on to the YouTube stream and benefit from the knowledge that will be shared there as well. And it will be streamed on JN Foundation's YouTube page?
Yes, it will be.
Awesome. So go on and learn, all road users if you can, especially those who are motorcyclists. This one is definitely for you. Learn about motorcycle safety and certified helmets that you should be wearing, how you should be wearing it, and all of that at this regional forum. Thank you so much, Sidonie, for joining us this morning, and all the best to yourself and the team for the forum.
Thank you so much, and have a lovely day.
Awesome. That was Sidonie Preddy, lead for education and youth programs at the JN Foundation, talking to us about the JN Foundation's regional forum on motorcycle safety that will be happening on June 19 and 20. That's tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday of this week. I believe nationwide should be at the Friday at the AC Hotel on Friday for this very forum. So I guess we will be able to bring you some of that on Friday from the AC Hotel. All right. So that's the JN Foundation's regional motorcycle safety forum. Go on onto the JN Foundation's website and register for the forum. Attend if you can in person, but if you're unable to, definitely join on the YouTube stream and benefit from the knowledge that will be shared there. I believe we have some time for some calls now. So if you have any consumer related matters, you can give us a call. Let me remind you of the numbers before we take the break. The numbers to call: 876-630-9371, and that goes up to 4, and 618-8255 is our Digicel line. We take a break, and when we come back, we will take your calls.
Fill all your prescriptions, get cosmetics and other pharmaceutical items at Mannings Hill Pharmacy, located at 34A Mannings Hill Road, Kingston. Telephone 924-6280. At Mannings Hill Pharmacy, they stock all the hard-to-get medication. The time by Mannings Hill Pharmacy is
9:45.
You want to win? Then just bet. Bet on the game, no stress, no sweat. And win big in the Wanna Bet Just Bet promotion. Spend $1,500 or more on one Just Bet ticket and complete the entry form at promotions.supremegames.com for your chance to win. Third place gets Beats by Dre. Second place gets an iPhone 15 and AirPods Pro. And first place gets a 65-inch TV and a soundbar. Promotion runs May 16 to July 20, 2025. Grand draw July 25, 2025. Authorized under Section 58. Of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
The following hurricane tip is brought to you by PowerTech Jamaica. Stock up on at least 3 days worth of water, canned goods, flashlight batteries, medication, and first aid supplies. Don't forget your battery-powered or hand-cranked radio and copies of important documents sealed in a plastic container. If the power goes out, stay calm. PowerTech has your back with Jamaica's most trusted, uninterruptible power supply systems. The preceding hurricane tip was brought to you by PowerTech Jamaica.
The Ministry of Justice is hosting the Hanover leg of the Legal Aid Council's Justice Fair for Persons with Disabilities on Thursday, June 19, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Lucy Bus Park. Persons with disabilities can come out to access justice services such as legal aid, child diversion, victim support, expungement of criminal records, restorative justice, wills and estate management, and many more. The RGD will be there along with many other government services. That's the Legal Aid Council's Justice Fair for Persons with Disabilities, Thursday, June 19, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Lucy Bus Park. The Ministry of Justice, taking justice to the people of Jamaica.
Good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Nora Gay Banton, and we're going to take some of your calls now before we have to go and hand things over to Cliff Hughes online. Stephen is on the line. Good morning, Stephen. Hello, Stephen.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, let me jog your memory. I called you last week, Wednesday, about an issue that I was having with Scotia.
Yes.
The money that were taken from my debit card for some online transactions.
Yes.
From March 13.
Yes.
No, I must say, last night I checked my account, my debit card account.
Mm-hmm.
And Scotia sent back my money.
Yes.
Right? So something that took from March 13th. And it was last week, Wednesday, that I called her and told her about the issue. Right? So
yes.
They have returned the money, but there's a fee that they took out for a processing fee. Right? For the online transaction. That money didn't come back.
They took out a processing fee for the transaction?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I just get what you're saying. Okay, and that money is still out?
Right, that money didn't return.
Okay, but you received everything else that was taken from the account?
Yes, I received everything.
Well, very good.
From the account.
Very good. And well, thank you, Scotia, for not dragging it out any longer. It was really baffling why those that were reported, well, one that was reported and left off when you called back was returned, and then the others just seemed to not come back after a while. But thank you so much, Scotia, for responding and ensuring that Stephen got back his money. Not sure what's happening. You may have to call and check up on that processing fee, because you didn't really do any transactions, so everything should come back. But you should maybe call and just check up on what that fee is for, why they took out that and didn't send it back. But thank you for the update, Stephen. I'm really happy to hear that it's back.
Okay, thank you too, ma'am.
All right, no problem.
Okay, enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. All right, just to remind you of the phone lines, it's 876-630-9371, and that goes up to 4 and 618-8255. Alric, good morning. Boy, Alric, I can't hear you clearly at all. Alric, I know you're talking, but I'm not hearing you clearly. You're breaking up real bad. His line is not good. We may have to reconnect with Alric, because this connection is not good at all. Not sure what's happening with the connection there, but let's try to reconnect with Alric, or see if we can get someone else in the meantime. But the connection with Alric there, not good at all. But thank you to Scotiabank for responding and ensuring that the funds are back in Stephen's account. For those of you who were well, probably weren't on at that time, Stephen realized that there were some online transactions coming from his Scotia debit card. He did point out that he doesn't usually make online transactions with his debit card, so it did raise an alarm. He called Scotiabank to query the 4 transactions he saw. They acknowledged, and they told him that they have to allow the transactions to go through, because when they checked the system, they realized they weren't fully completed yet. Scotia told him they had to allow it to go through before they could, reimburse him. So they did that, and when they went through, he followed up, and he was told about 3. But he said, no, it's 4 of them. When them check, them say there was 1. When the money came back, the money only came back for the one stray one that was left off, and not the other 3. And so he called, and he was able to relay the issue to us. We called out Scotia for him, and thankfully that money is now back in his account, and all is well. Is Alric back on the line, or have we reconnected with Alric? Or okay, it doesn't sound like we've reconnected with Alric on the line. The phone numbers, we have just a few minutes left, so if you want to get through, now is the time to call. 876-630-9371. There's also 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, and 618-8255. I see Lily White saying breezy in St. Bess. Is Lily White saying that the squall line just reached St. Elizabeth? What's happening in St. Elizabeth? Is it breezier than usual? Why did Lily White feel the need to say breezy in St. Best in the chat this morning? The squall line, come back and visit St. Elizabeth. I don't know what's happening. If you're in St. Elizabeth, is it breezier than usual? What's happening in St. Elizabeth? But it's not as hot as I expected it to be here today. I don't want to jinx it, but look, a breeze a blow. We're kind of dip on the outside still, so it's not as hot. We're under a tent, but it's not as hot. It's not as sunny either right now, but I don't know if that's just some cloud cover at the moment, and it will pass over soon. But we are here in Westmoreland for the MSME Business Roadshow being put on by the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. And as usual, lots of businesses set up here to do, and they have their pitch competitions that they do as well. I believe some winners will be announced here at the Westmoreland leg, and some interviews we will have later on with some of the stakeholders who are here. So I guess that's it for the Consumer Hour this morning, and we make way now for Cliff Hughes Online with George Davis.
That was the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.
The Ministry of Justice is hosting the Hanover leg of the Legal Aid Council's Justice Fair for Persons with Disabilities on Thursday, June 19, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Lucy Bus Park. Persons with disabilities can come out to access justice services such as legal aid, child diversion, victim support, expungement of criminal records, restorative justice, wills and estate management, and many more. The RGD will be there along with many other government services. That's the Legal Aid Council's Justice Fair for Persons with Disabilities, Thursday, June 19, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Lucy Bus Park. The Ministry of Justice,